Welcome to the Weekend Brief. Today we are breaking down the four major stories from June 20th to June 26th. Our first major story takes us to Washington. After 8 years, the US decided to change the name of its Indo Pacific Command to its historic name, the Pacific Command. While US officials immediately came up with the justification that the command's mission and regional partnerships remain unchanged, the timing has triggered geopolitical debate. Simultaneously, a map appeared on the command's website that did not align with India's official territorial claims regarding Pakistan occupied Kashmir and Aksai Chin, further fueling concerns about US sensitivity towards Indian interests. Experts are closely debating whether this shift is purely symbolic or signals a deeper strategic realignment. The 2018 inclusion of Indo in the name was a significant signal that India had become a central pillar of US strategy in Asia aimed at balancing China's influence. Its removal has led some analysts to question whether India's perceived importance in Washington is shifting. The analysis suggests the current administration may be viewing foreign policy through a more transactional, business like lens, potentially moving away from the symbolic messaging used in the past. The move may signify a shift in the Trump administration's priorities from symbolic messaging to a more transactional approach. However, the long term implications for the US India relationship will depend on Washington's future actions rather than this specific name change. Turning now to domestic news from India. A devastating fire broke out at an illegal coaching center hub in Lucknow, tragically claiming 15 lives. The building where the fire broke out was being used for commercial purposes, even though it had been approved by the Lucknow Development Authority only for residential use. According to the FIR, the building also lacked basic fire safety measures, including emergency exits, smoke ventilation systems, fire extinguishers, and other fire protection features. India suffers from inadequate firefighting infrastructure and a shortage of trained fire forensics experts capable of conducting rigorous root cause analysis and recommending systematic remedies. The challenge, therefore, demands a national response. Indian ambition to become a developed nation cannot be separated from the imperative to ensure public safety. Yet many buildings lack mandatory fire detection and suppression systems that are standard in developed countries. A Viksit Bharat must also be a Surakshit Bharat. A nationwide assessment of building safety, even through a scientifically designed sample survey, would provide valuable data for reform. The task may be large, but the human and the economic cost of inaction are far greater. In major economic and industrial news, India has reached a historic milestone in its resource sector. A massive 405 crore rupee gold mining facility has officially opened its door in Kurnool, Andhra Pradesh. This project marks independent India's very first operational integrated private sector gold mine, breaking a decades old government monopoly. India is the world's second largest consumer of gold, importing a staggering 700 to 1,000 tons every year, making it our absolute largest import bill after crude oil. Developed by Geo Mysore Services and Deccan Gold Mines, this facility aims to directly counter that import drain. Based on its 4% royalty structure, the project will immediately inject 57 crore rupees into the state treasury in its first year alone, while generating direct employment for over 700 local youth and women. The watch is how this facility impacts domestic commodity markets as it scales up. Production is slated to jump from the initial 400 kilograms of gold in its first year to 900 kilograms by next year, with an ultimate target of hitting 2 tons annually. Furthermore, the state government has already announced plans to build a dedicated gold jewelry manufacturing park right next to the mining site to turn Kurnool into a major industrial jewelry hub. Finally, a legal clarification that has triggered widespread public anxiety. The government has clarified that an Indian passport is primarily a travel document and is not final or conclusive proof of citizenship. This stunning reminder was made by the Ministry of External Affairs on Passport Seva Divas, shocking crores of citizens who believed that passing rigorous police verification for a passport automatically guarantees their nationality status. Legally, passports are issued under the Passport Act of 1967, which actually allows the government to issue travel documents to non citizens such as stateless persons or certain refugees in exceptional public interest. True, citizenship is governed strictly by the separate Citizenship Act of 1955 because India lacks a single universal document that certifies citizenship for everyday people. Common IDs like Aadhaar, PAN card, and voter IDs only prove identity and residence, not definitive nationality in a court of law. This administrative reminder will heavily impact legal disputes, migration checks, and ongoing revision of electoral rolls. Moving forward, watch for increased public pressure on the government to introduce a dedicated single citizenship certificate database to clear up this massive legal confusion for regular citizens. That's all for this week news. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.